We're making a healthy dessert using avocado. So I'm just scooping out 1 avocado into my blender or food processor. Now I'm taking 1/2 cup of Greek yogurt and about 3 tablespoons of honey. You could also use maple syrup, or if you wanted to keep this recipe low carb, you could use something like monk fruit or stevia. Next, I'm adding in 1/4 cup of cocoa powder. So this is the cocoa powder I use. You want to make sure it's unsweetened. So the only ingredients in this cocoa powder is cocoa, organic cocoa powder. Now I'm gonna take some almond butter. You could use almond butter, peanut butter, and I'm gonna add about 2 tablespoons into my blender. In case you couldn't tell, I'm not in the mood to get out all of my measuring cups and spoons. So we're just kind of eyeballing it, but luckily for this recipe, you can't really mess it up. All right guys, so that was about, what was that, 4 or 5 ingredients? So super simple. I'm just gonna put the top onto my blender. So I'm just gonna grab my blender and we are gonna blend this until smooth. You may have to stop and scrape the sides a couple of times just to make sure it fully blends. So I'm just gonna scrape down the sides and then we'll blend again. Okay, before I did that. You could also add a splash of almond milk or whatever kind of milk you have on hand just to help it blend a little. So I'm just gonna put my top back on and we will blend one more time. Okay, this should be about good. So let's see what it looks like. Look at how good that looks. So I am going to take a popsicle mold. You can use any kind of popsicle mold. I just got this one on Amazon. It's silicone, which I feel like is really nice because nothing really sticks to it. So I'm gonna take out the sticks. And I'm just gonna grab my spoon here and I'm just going to add it right into the popsicle mold, carefully trying not to make too much of a mess. So I love adding Greek yogurt to these because it makes them higher in protein. And then the avocados also add some healthy fats. We have some magnesium and nutrients from the cocoa powder. And then we also have our honey as our natural sweetener, which is great for things like allergies, especially if you use a local honey. So all around, this is a very healthy dessert recipe that is sure to satisfy any chocolate cravings. So this is gonna make 4 popsicles, so I'm just filling 4 of the molds. Obviously, if your mold has smaller popsicle molds, you will have a few more, but mine is gonna make about 4. You can kind of shake it just to make sure it gets completely filled. Okay, so once you have your popsicle molds filled, I'm just gonna go around the edges and clean it up a little bit with a paper towel. You don't have to do that, but I'm just gonna go around the edges super quick and clean it up a little bit. Now I'm gonna take the popsicle sticks and I'm just gonna place them right on top. There we go. Okay, how easy was that? So now these are just gonna go into the freezer. It's gonna take a few hours for them to fully harden because we don't want any to stick in our silicone popsicle mold. So I'm gonna place these in the freezer. I'll let you know exactly how long, but the longer the better. So you could leave them overnight, but I'm gonna say at least a few hours. So I'll let you guys know once they come out. All right, it's been just about 3 hours and we have our healthy avocado popsicles out of the freezer. So these are gonna be kind of similar to something like a fudge-sicle. I'm a little bit nervous. I hope that these will come out without sticking. So let's see. All right. And there we have it. Look at how good it looks. All right, so we have our healthy avocado fudge popsicle. It's kind of similar to a fudge-sicle. So let's do a taste test. Wow. So the thing I'm most surprised by is how creamy it is. I thought they might turn out a little bit icy just because I've never made these before, but they actually turned out super creamy and fudgy. These are amazing. Let me know in the comments if you'll try these out. They're the perfect healthy treat for summer.